Hey, this is Cookie Handler, cookie consent that is supposed to be simple and 100% compliant. So let's have a quick rundown of how we can use this software and how you can implement this in your business. We are here on the main dashboard, and as you can see, there is a active domain tab, a current period of consents, how many consents were logged, and then you have the billing period activity. So the activity that we had on this billing period that is for each month, let's say. So on the active domains, you can see how many domains you have active. In this case, I have 6. You can see here, I have consent logs enabled. You can disable the consent log if you want. And you have 3 types of installation. You have direct HTML, Google Tag Manager, where you can download the template. I'm working on the one-click install soon, I hope. And then you have a WordPress template. You can download it and you can use it. I'm going to show you the direct HTML and the WordPress integration, but before going there, I'm just going to show you the rest of the dashboard so you can feel also what you can achieve with this. So on the current period consents, you can see here the consents that we have for each domain. So for this domain and for this domain, we have different IDs, and you can see what was accepted and what was not. And also you can see the countries where the consents are being logged. So for example, for this one, we have Germany, US and Portugal. So most of these businesses are based in Portugal because they are my customers. And well, they have consents being logged, of course. Then if we go back to the dashboard, the usage is quite simple. So you can add the domain, you can check the logs, and then you can configure the banner. So right now you can see the domain. So each domain has a different banner. So this is the banner for this WH store. And if we go to Rob Fitness, you can see that this is different already. So right now I'm going to integrate this in a new domain so you can see the full flow of how you can use this and how it starts logging consents. So let's go into detail for a new domain. So right now I want to add a new domain, and I'm going to add a subdomain actually. So this is a WordPress template that I've been working on. So I'll just add this domain. The domain is now added. We have 7. And if I go into the domain, you can see here that needs to be verified. So we can start enabling consent, and we'll receive an email with a verification link. The email is already here, and we can just click on verify. We'll click on verify. It was verified. Everything is working, and you should be redirected to the home page. So now we have 7 domains. If I go here and if I select the domain that I just configure, you can see that the status is active. So everything is good. Now I will enable the consent log, and yeah, I also want a CCPA. Why not? And yeah, everything is working now. So I can just copy this integration code, or I can just download the WordPress template. So I'm going to try this right now. And yeah, we have the WordPress template there. Perfect. And we have the direct HTML. So let's go into WordPress and let's see what we can do. So here on WordPress, we can go into plugins, and then on plugins, we can just add a new plugin, and I'm going to add this one, just 1 second. We can see now that the plugin was installed. So it's installed. No need to activate it. I'll activate it in here. It's here. Now the plugin, it's working. So we have the domain ID and we have the banner that is active on our site. So everything is working. Right now, if we check the ID, and if you check here, the ID is exactly the same. So everything is working. Now, if we go to the landing page, and if we click visit site, the banner should be here, and it's already here. So everything is working. If I click accept, it accepted, and just as a matter of fact, we can go into the console and we can see the data layer that we have the preferences that were saved and granted. So if we reject everything and if we look here into the data layer, we can see that everything is now denied. We just have as accepted the functionality storage that it's to run the minor things like having some signals of page views to Google Analytics, but without the user data. If we go into preferences and we accept all again, it should update the data layer again, and it should update the cookie. So if we go into application and cookies, we should have here the consent, and it's here, everything, it's working just fine as needed. And if we go here into cookie handler now, and if we go to the consents, the current period consents, and if you click here, we already have here the consents that are being logged for what we just defined. So we already have all of the consents appearing here. Everything is working just fine as it should. But as we saw, this is like in a blue way, blue color, and here is green. So we can do something. We can just pick this green color, copy this RGB. So it's 102, 204, and 153. Let's hope I remember. And if I go here to the configure banner, and if I go here, and we don't want this in English, we want it in Portuguese, okay? And we can change the text there, but let's keep it. So it's 102, 204, and 153. So it's that green color. We can just save the configuration. We can test also to see how it looks, but doesn't matter. We can just come here, and I'll just close this, and I'll run again and update it. And yeah, it's already green. Already went to the server. Everything is working. Logging is done. If you want to use with Google Tag Manager, well, you can just click here on download GTM template. It will download the template, and then you can just input this template on Google Tag Manager. So yeah, I'll just show you a quick rundown on that. Here on Google Tag Manager, and you can go, I have a workspace just for this, but if I go into admin and I import a container, I'll choose the container to import. Everything is here. I'll just overwrite or I'll just merge everything. We have here the triggers, and the template is already here. So if I just add to the workspace, it will have here everything. So the cookie handler template is here, and if we go into preview, it's already going to load. If we just click on connect, we'll see that the banner will load. Yeah, and if I accept, we can see here that we have all of the consent events. So we have the consent default that is set when the container is loaded, and then we have the cookie preferences save, and there is an update that happened for this. So if we go into here and we see that everything is accepted, everything should be working just fine. This is my rundown on this. If you go also into documentation, you can see how most of the things are being managed. So for example, we have cookie banner and config definition that you can check here, and you can see the consent categories that we are using, and the compliance practices. You can see information about domains as well. So there is a lot of information here that you can digest. I hope you enjoy, and I'm quite curious on your comments on this cookie banner.